Hello, here is the day 12 lesson preview. First thing, I want to start off by walking you through day 12 and the Monday, the virtual Monday are kind of wrapped up. We did one little bit longer lesson that you can split into 2 days. So again, one lesson for 2 days between Friday and Monday. So that's what it says right here. It's a 2-day lesson. You will click on this link. Once you click on the link, this will come up. All right, as you come up, it's pretty straightforward. Today's lesson is a lot of reading and some taking notes and kind of moving through stuff a little bit faster. This is the final reading of Pearson stuff that we are going to do. The previous couple of days, you guys worked on your Science Prove It project part 1. After this lesson, we will then work on our Science Prove It project part 2, which is going to be based on what we've learned about the last couple of times in Pearson, earthquakes and volcanoes. So we're taking that next step forward of putting everything that we've learned into talking about specific earthquakes and specific volcanoes. All right, so your lesson preview is pretty simple. You're going to review day 9, make sure that 9 has been handed in, okay? Then you're activating pre-knowledge. This is a little bit different. This is making sure that your Prove It project, which is your big thing that you're being graded on, or one of your 2 big things you're being graded on during this trimester, is handed in. So if not, you need to go and complete that and then check your comments, because once you submitted it, and remember, based on our video, you should have submitted it 3 times. Once when you finish the first section, a second time when you finish the second section, and a third and final time when the whole document was completed. Make sure you check your comments for anything that your teacher has said, and you go back and fix any questions or issues that you have. Then there's just a quick little 5 facts of volcanoes that you're going to watch, just a fun little preview. Then we are actually going to read 4 lessons today. Okay, it says 3 right here because you're going to take notes on 3. You are not going to take notes on the 4th one, which is actually the first one you're going to read. We have 1, so right here are your vocabulary words. It's all of your vocabulary words in chapter 5, lesson 1, some of them in chapter 5, lesson 2, and some of them again in chapter 5, lesson 3. Okay, so this is how to fill it out. This will be the last time you're filling out your notebook this way based on Savas. All right, so here's the deal. We want to finish reading the earthquake chapters that we have, or lesson that we haven't read yet. It's really quick, and basically what you're going to do is you're going to be reading this for kind of background knowledge. Okay, so that's no notes, no pictures, drawings. I mean, you really can if you want to, but the idea is just read it. So then if that question comes up when you're working on something, you can be like, I remember reading something about that. But it's not dire that you take notes, okay? So that's just a quick read, should take you 10 to 15 minutes. Then you have your chapter 5 preview. So right here, click on this. Mr. Wall will walk you through your preview of chapter 5. And through there, you're going to read, you're going to take your notes, you're going to do a video activity, and you're going to answer some questions. Again, when you answer questions, answer in a different question. If you have a multiple choice, what are you going to do? Highlight. Okay. Here is where it gets important. We are going to have you post a video response for a discussion board, an online video discussion. This is not live right now. There will be a link right here. Okay. You are going to answer these questions. You're in your own words. Where do volcanoes form? So you need to give us, a place or locations we might find where volcanoes form. Then you're going to explain how divergent and convergent boundaries form volcanoes. They form in 2 different ways. Okay, this is straight out of your reading. You need to put that into your own words. Then you are going to explain how hotspots form. How do they work? And in this, you need to use the terms convection currents and or density, because there's a big part of that. If you can answer these 3 questions, you're going to be really good, really well set up for our Prove It project part 2. Hint, 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 hint. Then finally, there's a final question. What is the Ring of Fire? You're going to read. So this is actually right here. This is lesson 1. Right here, this is lesson 2. So every time you read, it's a different lesson. You're going to take notes, and you are going to read this other activity. You will notice right here, there's a dot, dash all the way across. Being that today is broken up into 2 days, okay? If you just want to work up until this point on Friday, awesome. You can come back and do the rest on Monday. If you decide that you want to do all your work on Friday and not have anything on Monday, awesome. If you decide you don't want to do anything on Friday and save it all till Monday, awesome. You get to pick and choose, but it's set up to do over 2 days. Again, if probably smarter if you do it on Friday, because that way if you have any questions, you can reach out to me on Monday, and then you're not scrambling. But here would be a good stopping point, or continue on. This is actually lesson 3. So you take lesson 3, you're going to take your notes, you're going to do an activity, answer questions, you're going to do an activity, no questions, you're going to do an activity, and at the end of this activity, there's a screenshot that you need to do. Okay, you're going to take a screenshot of your completed activity. It's the final slide in this. Okay, and you're going to paste it here. Then what you have is a 38 to 40-ish minute video of the Ring of Fire, and this does a really good job of talking the science behind both volcanoes and earthquakes, giving you real life examples. Okay, so as you watch this, you're gonna write down 5 interesting things you found from the documentary. So 5 things you've learned, or 5 things you thought were interesting. Okay, and you're gonna write those right in here. Again, do it in a different color. Finally, if you want to learn more, here are a couple of sites. This is not required. This is not in depth. You could always Google and look up all the information you want. Okay, but you could click on this. There's some facts and info. You would have to log in and sign in with your email. Or down here, there's a USGS website that talks about the different volcano types. So if you're really interested into the different styles, you're going to complete your exit ticket, which is on Canvas right here, and you're going to submit it to Canvas. Okay, so again, a 2-day lesson broken down. If you want to stop, right here is a good stopping point. Otherwise, can finish. That's it. Guys, at the end of this lesson, we are done with Savas and the reading. We have 4 days left. 2 of them are going to be doing your Prove It Project Part 2, and then the other 2 days are going to be set up to answer any questions, go through Tier 2 stuff, kind of wrap up the trimester and make sure that every week tie a little bow onto it before you move on to your next class. So keep asking questions. Hopefully you have a really good day, and we will see you soon.